Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everybody, happy to see you again. Welcome back in British History and Literature class. Still with me, Budi Setiawan. Today our discussion is about Elizabethan age. Some points that you need to know and master after watching this video are about: first, about Queen Elizabeth I. The second one is important history in Elizabethan I, and also the important literary men and their works. Well, before we go to the Elizabethan age, let's refresh our mind by reviewing two previous periods of British history and literature. First of all is Old English period, or we call it as Anglo-Saxon period, 45 until 1066 Anno Domini. Well, the contextual history and also the social background in Old English period is about the making of England and also the invasions of Roman Empire in 4th Anno Domini, and then also the attacks of Danish Viking. Well, about the literature, maybe you still remember, and the masterpiece of Old English literature is about Beowulf. Beowulf as the earliest of literature in English literature, and also the national epic of the Anglo-Saxon, and also one of the striking features in this period is about the using of alliterations. So epic and also alliteration is one of the product of the Old English period in literature. Well, the second of all is about medieval period, or 1066 until 15th century. Historical background in medieval, maybe you still remember, is about the Norman conquest under the William the Conqueror, the Duke of Normandy from France. That is become the background of medieval period, and also it has the Battle of Hastings in 1066. And the mark of establishment of feudalism, since William brings the culture from France to England at a time. And next is about in medieval period still, but in literature. So you still remember about Langland, and then the English ballad, and also romance. And also one of the masterpieces, or the literary man, is Geoffrey Chaucer. And two kinds of products in medieval periods that are still being known now is about allegory and also ballads. All right, now it is a time to talk about Elizabethan age, and now let's talk about Queen Elizabeth I. Well, Queen Elizabeth, sometimes called as a Virgin Queen, or also she is also called as Gloriana, or the Good Queen Bess. Elizabeth was the last of the 5 monarchs from the House of Tudor, and historians often say that depicts it is as a golden age in English history. So it's one of the important stage of history inside of English literature, and also English history and also literature. Well, next is about Queen Elizabeth I. So we will see a deeper, or knows her better now. Queen Elizabeth I is known as also as the Queen of England and also Ireland, and also called as the Virgin Queen because until the end of her life he was unmarried. Okay, and he was born on September 1553 at La Sentia Palace, Greenwich, England, and her mother was Anne Boleyn, the second wife of Henry VIII of England, and her religion is Church of England, and she became the queen start from 17 November 1558 until 24 March 1603. The coronation is in 15 January in 1559. So the predecessor of Queen Elizabeth I is Mary and Phillips, and after Queen Elizabeth I died, also she was replaced by James I. And Queen Elizabeth I died on 24 of March 1603 at the age of 69. at Richmond Palace, Surrey, England. And in about the burial, so she was buried on 28th of April 1603 at Westminster Abbey. Well, Elizabethan period 1558 until 1603, around 40 years she ruled England at the time. So social background, let's talk about the social background. So when Elizabeth I became the queen, and several wars happens there, and then some of the war, about 100 years war, civil wars, and then the awakening of nobility and the rising of bourgeoisie. So it has relationship with the previous era in the medieval age where Norman dynasty ruled, and then so in this era, so it happens about the awakening of nobility and the rising of bourgeoisie. Okay, the new monarchy system, and then the reformation and the weakening of the church power, and also the inclusive movement and commercial expansion. Well, commercial expansion is also supported by the development of knowledge related with steam power, by the knowledge about sea. So it is a big possibility for them to spread out all around the world. So next is about in terms of literature. There are some issue or some points that is also important to be remembered. Is about Renaissance, and also is about issue of humanism, and also we will talk also about Thomas More, and also Edmund Spencer, Francis Bacon, and also of course one of the most famous most person or literary man is William Shakespeare. This period is also known as the golden age of drama. Well, next, talk about reviewing a little bit about Renaissance. So the Renaissance marks the transition from the medieval to the modern world. Renaissance means rebirth or revival of letters. It is a historical period which thinkers and scholars made attempts to get rid of those old feudalist ideas, to introduce new ideas that expressed the interest of the rising of bourgeoisie, and to recover the purity of early church from the corruptions of the Roman Catholic Church in that era. So there are two features are striking in this movement. First of all is the thirsting curiosity for the classical literature, and the second one is the keen interest in the activities of humanity. Next, related with Renaissance, we will move a little bit about humanism. So keynote of Renaissance is emphasis on the dignity of human beings and the importance of the present life and the ability to perfect himself and to perform wonders. So some literary men show the issue in their works. Thomas More with his Utopia, think about life which is so perfect. Imagine something which is a perfect life, all are in harmony. Okay. Another one is Edmund Spencer and with his The Fairy Queen, and also Francis Bacon in some of his essays. Well, so Elizabethan literature, this literature written approximately once more during the time Queen Elizabeth reigned, so 1558 until 1603. So poetry, the most important poets including Edmund Spencer, the author of The Fairy Queen, Walter Raleigh, and William Shakespeare. Drama, now talk about drama. Drama is the greatest forms written during the Elizabethan age. William Shakespeare is considered one of the greatest playwrights of all times. His best works include Hamlet, King Lear, Macbeth, Othello, Merchant of Venice, and many more. Other important dramatists include also Christopher Marlowe and also Ben Jonson. Okay, well, so in conclusion, Elizabethan age was the period of famous for the flourishing the English drama, or the golden age of drama, led by the playwrights such as William Shakespeare with all the plays, and also Christopher Marlowe. So the spirit of Renaissance and also Humanism has influenced the literary man to produce some literary works. We can see the contextual history will really influence the literary works in that period. All right. So I know maybe you want to know more about William Shakespeare, because William Shakespeare are being talked a lot in this session. Okay, next meeting, don't worry. We're going to talk about William Shakespeare's related with his life and also his works. Special William Shakespeare, his life and his work. Well, that's all. Thank you for your attention. See you again in the next session. I'm so happy to be with you again next meeting. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.